passion that this person feels for you is off the charts with this King of Wands energy. This is somebody who wants to take empowered action towards you. They want to show you what they are capable of in terms of being a confidant for you, being a provider for you, being a lover to you, being a best friend for you. This is not somebody that just wants a temporary situation or a fling. This is somebody that is looking to invest in the long-term sense with you. They want to claim you. They want to have you totally, and they want to be had by you totally as well. This is somebody that has a very deep and profound hunger for you. They might almost describe themselves as addicted to you, addicted to your presence, addicted to your essence, addicted to your emotional energy, your spiritual energy. But rather than feeling compelled to just take or drain, there is a deep instinct within this person to pour in an equal way into you. Reciprocity with you, the experience of it right now, and the idea of what that can become moving forward is a huge turn on for this person. It resonates with them not just in a logical and 3D sense, but on a higher level. It's almost like now that their soul has recognized you, now that they have crossed paths with you, no one else will do. No one else will satisfy and satiate them in quite the same ways that you do. So this is somebody that is getting ready to demonstrate to you how determined they are to go to great lengths in order to prove to you that they are deeply loyal to you. They are very affected by your presence in a positive way. This is not somebody that is scared of their feelings. They're not scared of the intensity between the two of you. This is driving them to take action. This is making them want to seize opportunities, seize the moment, to make the most of every moment with you, and to find ways to create a deeper experience between the two of you, because they see you as rare. They see you as their perfect complement, the right companion for them at this time in their life, and as far as what they envision the future becoming for them and for the two of you. This is the energy of somebody that's like, I can't imagine anyone else by my side other than you. Yeah, Two of Cups. This person definitely thinks of you as their soulmate, and that may be a term that they had kind of like laughed at before. They might have been like, I don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe in fairy tale love. I believe in the here and now. I believe in what two people experience in a practical way. This person is not someone that is given over to illusions or fantasy, and yet there is a component inside of them that is forced to acknowledge and recognize that this is more than just raw animal magnetism. This is more than just sexual chemistry or compatibility in terms of like your likes and preferences in this life, goals and dreams for the future. This is somebody that a deeper aspect of them is now speaking in terms of guiding them, directing them to take immediate action in this circumstance, to seize the moment, to open up to you emotionally in a very impassioned way that isn't just kind of like, a big show of affection, but something that conveys to you a level of seriousness as far as like what you mean to them, what this connection means to them, the way that you have already helped sort of reshape or change their view on what love could be, what connection between two people could be, what they were looking for in a partnership, what they had dismissed as just sort of fantasy that now is like they're forced to kind of sit with this, accept this, embody this as their personal truth. That like, yeah, I don't believe in fantasies. I don't believe in fairy tales, but I can't think of any other way to describe this than my soul desires you deeply. My soul recognizes you. I am whole on my own, and yet I feel a new sense of completeness when I am with you. And the only word that they have come up with, the term that they've come up with, the definition that most closely aligns with what it is they're experiencing, what it is they're feeling, is that you are their soulmate. You're their perfect match. Justice. Yeah, so this is somebody that is thinking about marriage. They're thinking about long-term potential between the two of you. This is not somebody that wants to take their time to get to that place either. This is a sense of like, once I open up about my emotions to you, once I take action steps towards you, once I no longer kind of keep this desire and this passion hidden, once it's all out on the table, once you know that I am coming towards you with determination, unwavering, not looking away, not flinching, not second guessing, not in the energy of hot and cold, but a very determined, steady, laser focused energy. And I want to claim you as mine. And I want to keep claiming you each and every day so that we can get down to the business of making this official between the two of us. This is somebody that feels like they've waited long enough to meet somebody like you. They've searched in all the wrong places for a love that they never even knew existed or that they could find. And yet they've encountered you, and the world has taken on like a new context for them. Their priorities have changed. Not that they're having to kind of like step away from certain things, but it's almost like there's an inclusivity now. I want to include you with my plans. I want to make room for you in my life. I want us to build towards the future together. You bring out a better version of them. You activate this quite naturally. You accentuate qualities inside of themselves as a person and as a lover that they had overlooked before. They hadn't thought of these as strengths, hadn't thought of these as attributes or qualities about them. But this is somebody that almost feels very like regal in your presence. Like the idea of building an empire is something that is a reachable goal, because with someone with you by their side, with the two of you working together, working in tandem, professionally, personally, spiritually, romantically, actually, it's like the sky is not even the limit. There is nothing that can stop this potency between the two of us from taking over the nature of our world as we experience it in a deep and profound way. Positive change, glorious things. This person has already experienced a deep level of prosperity and abundance, things that have flourished thanks to encounters that they've had with you, the effect that you've had on them, an aspect of them that shines a little bit brighter because you bring this out of them. And so there's a sense of like, yes, I want to claim you. Yes, I want to bring you in close. Yes, I want to keep you by my side. I want to make you mine. I want forever with you. I want to live each day to its fullest, embracing you totally, being embraced by you totally. It feels right. It feels natural to love you and to be loved by you. This is somebody that is like, they want to share with you parts of their personality that like they are just now coming to discover, that nobody has seen before. Something within you has brought these things to the surface within them. And it's almost like this person has a deeper understanding of what they're capable of in a beautiful way, thanks to the way in which your presence, your energy, your light has accentuated certain things within them. They see aspects of themselves within you that they were unable to recognize in themselves before. And this, I'm hearing, I know who I am now. And so this is something where it's like, yeah, they could go on through their life and like be themselves, but there's an aspect of them that is like more totally them, or who they're supposed to be, who they could be, who they should be, who they want to be. And that becomes a reality. It comes online. It becomes accessible. It's not something to reach for. It's just the essence of like what is happening in the here and now. And it's when they are aligned with you. It's something about the two of you being stronger together than apart. It doesn't make sense to this person to hesitate. The idea of like feeding into fears feels like counterproductive to them as far as this connection is concerned. This is someone who is very determined to prove to you that you can believe the promises that they make, a lot of follow through that they want to show you, instead of just, kind of like trust them on blind faith, or, somebody that is kind of like, yeah, I'm looking for loyalty and I bring that to the table, but it's just words. This is something where it's like, let me demonstrate that to you. Let me give you my heart in a way that I've never done with anyone before, and that no one's ever done for you before, because it feels right. It feels like you're the only person my heart is in safekeeping with. And I want to be that person that is like a trustworthy guardian of your emotions, of your well-being in the material world, emotionally, spiritually, actually. This is something that, like, loving you, giving into this love, building this love story, making it more colorful than it already has been, adding other layers and components to it than have existed so far. This is something that is like, this person almost feels like, I was born to love you. I was born to do this. I've come to life in your presence. And I know that if we were ever to part ways, yeah, life would go on for me, but it would never be quite as magical as even small moments with you have been. So this person recognizes that you are this kind of treasured person. This is a treasured experience. And rather than kind of like needing more time to think about things or figure things out, it's like, I'm certain, I'm determined, I want to claim you as my own, and keep reaching for you, keep choosing you, keep choosing us each and every day. Yeah, the star. So you are somebody that this person holds in such high regard. They are amazed by the way that you move through the world, how you carry yourself. They love the way that you express love. Love for self, love for others. They see you as a very nurturing, a very compassionate person. You carry a lot of qualities. You embody qualities that they want to strive to embody more totally, or to enhance within themselves, like as a person. This is somebody that really admires you and really looks up to you as well. Anything that they know about, like, your personal story, your personal journey, struggles that you've overcome, this person sees you as absolutely radiant. You're the strongest person that they know. And they also want to create, it feels like, an experience for you where you find strength and softness. This is somebody that wants to kind of coax a part of you out of a place where you've kind of like had that on a shelf. You've had it tucked away. You've had it hidden. It's been in safekeeping with you. It's like a deeper part of their emotional capacity, their capacity for love, for partnership, for joy, for experience, for connection, that it's like it feels only right to give that to you or exchange that with you, in the hopes that, like, you'll feel safe enough or inclined enough, or there'll be an instinct within you to exchange that part of yourself as well. This person wants to connect with you very deeply, not just sexually, not just materially, not just intellectually, but it's like, I want to continue to connect deeply with you on a spiritual level. I want to explore that. I want to explore the idea of like a sacred connection between the two of us. This person may think of you as like a sacred being in their life. You're an earth angel. You've come into their life as an angelic presence, either when a lot of things were dark, that has helped to kind of provide them with some degree of hope, or it's something like they see that your love, your presence, your attention, what you've shared of yourself so far with them, and what you've held space for them to share with you, it's like this divine blessing. And this is not someone that is going to take that for granted. They recognize the uniqueness of this, of you as a person, of this connection right now. And this is somebody that wants to reach beyond the limits of what is kind of like comfortable for them, in order to prove to you that they're here for a long-term sense, that they set you apart from all others, that they don't want to make you feel like an option. This is not someone that wants to like save you for later, or, needs a whole lot of time to kind of like think about things. They're not feeding into the path of fear at all. This is somebody who is very awakened to the dynamic aspects between the two of you that are unlike anything that they've known was possible between two people. I'm hearing I wasn't looking for this. So again, something where you've touched this person at a soul level. You've awakened something within them in terms of like soul love, divine love. And rather than it being kind of a response, it's like, I wasn't looking for this. It's overwhelming. It's too much. I don't know how to handle this. It's like, I wasn't looking for this, but this is kind of like that blessing that has found me. This person feels incredibly wealthy just through the experience they've had with you so far. That it's almost like, aside from whatever they got going on in the material world, or whatever the two of you will, create and build together, or enhance together in that capacity, there's almost like the true measure of this person's wealth, what they are seeing now, the most kind of like rare or valuable or important thing, is this spark between the two of you, that moment of recognition. They think back on like the moment that they knew that something within them kind of like shifted to this awareness, almost like, there you are, and yet I didn't know that I was looking for you all along. Some aspect inside of them that is like, won't settle for less, and is therefore determined to kind of like do the most in order to keep kind of like progressing towards you, like respecting your boundaries, respecting their own boundaries, but not looking at those as kind of like immutable thresholds. Yeah, we each have our defenses. We got our armor up. We got our walls. We're guarded. We've been hurt before. We're cautious. But I don't want that to be something that only keeps us at arm's length. I don't want that distance to always be a divide between the two of us. That you are worth stepping outside of the comfort zone. You're worth doing things that they had never even thought to do before, in terms of like proving that they are somebody who's willing to go to extreme lengths in the name of love. Yeah, King of Cups. So you have definitely awakened the romantic within this person, and it feels like they might not have ever considered that to be something that was a strength or like an aspect about themselves. This could be somebody that, is kind of stoic. They figure out a lot of things on their own. They don't open up and talk to a lot of people. They just kind of tough it out. They're a problem solver. They may be somebody that a lot of people rely on them to be the rock, to be the strong one. They're the person that like other people have in their time of need, but this is somebody that like doesn't have a whole lot of people that they can turn to offload or to process those kind of like heavier emotions. And so they've just learned to like self-soothe. And rather than that being a weakness, this isn't somebody that's emotionally shut off. It's like they feel things, but they have had to learn to just be that shoulder to cry on for themselves. They've had to learn to kind of just carry on through the chaos, to be the one to create order out of that madness inside themselves, in the lives of other people around them, in situations they have found themselves in. And so this is something where it's like this deep kind of like romantic energy, it's unknown for them. But it feels so natural to pour forth to you, to be expressive where that has never been something that is like comfortable or was even part of the equation of other romances. It's like the role this person always stepped into was to be kind of like the strong one for other people. They might have been always with partners that were very emotional, very expressive, very loud about their feelings, always wanted to talk about things, always needing someone to kind of like help them to figure out kind of like the ups and downs of what was going on with them, but never experiencing that reciprocity of somebody like, so how are you doing? Are you okay? What are you feeling? Like this is somebody, it feels like that there's very few or rarely has anyone ever said to them like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Is something bothering you? Is there anything you need? What can I do for you to help you feel better? Like they've been the ones showing up for other people in that capacity. And so again, it's kind of like They've been a stoic. They've had to, because this is a human with emotions. But without those proper outlets and resources, or people around them who are willing to hold space or have the capacity to hold space for them in a reciprocal manner, it's like, well, someone's got to sort these things out, so I guess it'll be me. I'm doing that for everyone else. I'm holding it down for everyone else, so I'll hold it down for myself as well. And yet with you, there is this kind of sense that like, you feel like this safe space or this sanctuary where maybe you've already like asked this person questions like that. Something just as simple as like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? You seem to be a little off. Is there anything you want to talk about? Or something where it's like even beyond just kind of like, putting them on the spot or backing them into a corner like that and trying to be like, why don't you talk about your feelings? Why don't you open up? There may have been something where you've just like intuited that this person may have been going through certain things, and you've said something very kind to them. You've given them that kind of like wisdom that they need, those words that they need that have just like really touched their heart in a way that it feels like has created a ripple effect emotionally. It's like without this person even opening up, you have taken note of when they've been in almost like a time of distress inside of themselves. When they've put on that mask, that poker face, and yet they could have been a churning sea inside. And you responded to that somehow. You picked up on that somehow. This person feels like you have a deep, like you're either very empathic, or the two of you have like a strange empathic bond. You can sense one another's moods even from afar. And you have reached out. You've energetically kind of like given this person this beautiful experience of like compassion, concern, light, love, without them needing to ask for it. And in a way that like no one else has even been perceptive enough, sensitive enough, or thoughtful enough to ever do. And so it's almost like without knowing it, you've shown this person like a way to be romantic, a way to not have to like gush about those feelings or, anything that's very like grand or like huge gestures, but it's like in little things. In like a quiet way, you've just sort of slipped into this person's heart space, and you've shown them that like, I recognize that beyond that kind of stoic exterior, that there's a deeply feeling person behind that. And I don't expect you to come out from hiding and like change how you are moving through the world, but I'm speaking to that person inside, the person behind the wall. And so this is something where it is now encourage this person. Like, I want to pull you in close because I see you are good for me. You are good for my emotional well-being. Yeah, I can take care of myself. I've learned to dry my own tears or figure things out. But it's almost like a weight that they've been carrying inside. It's a little easier to bear, because the nature of your presence coupled with their own and the ways in which they've kind of learned to manage their emotions, it's like it's opened their eyes to kind of like whole new experiences of what partnership can be, what love can be, what an empathic bond between two people can be. And it feels like this person is very like motivated to sort of share of themselves in different sorts of ways, not just sit down and like, this is what I'm feeling, but to really like demonstrate that to you, to show you in very kind of like creative, indirect ways, very well thought out ways, very complex ways, genius ways of like, you hold a very special place in my heart. You hold a very special place in my life. You are the light in my life, not just a light, but the light in my life. And this is something where, again, it feels like loving you is something which feels like it's good for their health. Loving you and feeding into this current between the two of you, enhancing that, accentuating that, broadening your experience with one another, building towards a long-term future. This is almost like they were waiting for someone like you and they didn't even know that. They've been searching for someone like you, and until they encountered you, until they had this experience, until you've had this effect upon them, in this way and in what they anticipate the future will look like. This is somebody that's like, I don't even know if I really knew what love was before. I didn't know what I was missing out on. And now you've come along, and it's like, I can't imagine not feeling your presence with me. I can't imagine not having you as a part of my life. I can't imagine letting the moment slip by. I can't imagine not doing something to profess my feelings to you, to let you know that you matter, that I care, that I want something more, that I'm curious and excited about what happens next, and that I'm determined to take steps to make you absolutely certain that I want to claim you as mine. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.